So I find myself today frantically trying to put together a bunch of king mackerel ribbonfish leaders. A bunch of them. And hopefully I'll be fishing with ribbonfish. I plan on taking my sister down to the Gulf of Mexico and take her out on our very first king mackerel fishing trip. Unfortunately, the seas went to crap on us, and it's showing surf getting as high as 6 foot on some projections. Obviously, that's not going to work for kayaking. We quickly shuffled things around, put in for leave, and my sister's coming this evening to the house. She's going to crash for the night. We're going to get up in the morning like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning and head south, go down to the Gulf of Mexico. And I'm not ready. I'm not even close to ready. Luckily, I did pack the bearings on the Hobie Island trailer, but I have a lot of packing to do. Clothes, putting leaders together. It's going to be an extremely short fishing trip. It's like a 10-hour drive down there. So Saturday is going to be our all-day fishing trip offshore, hopefully going about 4 miles offshore to a couple of rigs, couple of old derelict rigs. So anyways, I got to get some leaders put together. I've also got to put some leaders together for trolling mullet and all that good stuff. And my sister will be here probably in about an hour and a half. So we're going to get the Hobie Island hooked up to the pickup truck, check everything over, make sure we got everything, and then we're going to head out early in the morning. So let's see how this goes. Alright, here we are. I'm going to set this beast up and then go out there offshore and see what we can get into. I used the throw net this morning. It was dark around the boat ramp. Just caught a ribbon fish and a few other things, but wound up going to the bait shop and buying some frozen mullet and ribbon fish. So we're at least set up for fishing. We're going to troll hard baits going out there, and then we'll switch over to the frozen bait. All right, we're all rigged up, ready to give it a go. Did a little huffing and puffing getting past the surf. It didn't go super smooth, but sometimes that's just the way it is. There's a little bit of wind. It looks like it's about 50 yards out ahead of us. Right now it's going to be a long pedal out there unless we can take advantage of that wind. Just a little light breeze out there. It's supposed to be light all day today, so we're liable to have to work for this. But at least it's not going to be rough seas. Got a little bit of swell out here, and that's about it. And we're already trolling crankbaits, some hard baits. I think I got a rattle trap, and Cindy's got a deep diver that's already scarred up. It's a known catcher of fish. All right, Cindy spotted. Yeah, that's a turtle. Well, he looks fine.
He's just hanging out?
I guess so.
I wonder if we could touch it. Well, we can't touch him. We put these.
No, probably not supposed to touch him, just legally wise. All right, we're obviously at a helipad, and we're just throwing some. Cindy's throwing a hard lure that'll drop down pretty deep, and she can jig it back. It's a pretty good looking lure, and I've got a lead slab that I'm going to drop down and vertical jig a little, and we're just going to do that for a little bit, and then we're going to probably put on ribbon fish or some mullet and start fishing down deep or mid column probably, and then work our way down and see if we can get in some king mackerel out here or anything else that wants to bite. All right, so I think Cindy's missed at least one, if not two fish. It broke the line on this last go around. And so now we've rigged up with ribbon fish rigs, and we're just kind of slowly pedaling, trolling over to the pipe stem over here. I hooked while I was rigging up another ribbon fish rig. The other pole went off, and I had looked like a small cobia on it. And but anyways, he somehow managed to get off after one little run. So anyways, we'll go over here and see what we can get into. There's got to be more fish out here. like we got a boat coming to visit us. Drifting now, we trolled around the pipe stem, didn't get anything, so now we're just dropping down a little ways and drifting around. See what happens. Yeah, he's close. All right, so we're re-rigging. We keep on getting strikes at this rig, but they're missing our hooks. So we're gonna re-rig something different, take these ribbon fish off. The king mackerel, we're not hitting any king mackerel out here, so it's smaller fish down there. So we're gonna go to smaller fish and switch to mullet and see if we can start bringing in whatever's down there. All right. All right, that's your first red snapper, isn't it?
First anything.
All right, good deal. Let's see if we can't get, I'm sure he's undersized. Take a picture and get him back in the water. All right, finally caught a fish. Great trigger fish. He fought pretty stinking hard. I thought he was a lot bigger than that. So had to measure him, see if he's a keeper. All right, I'm having trouble recording, but anyways, I just pulled in a red snapper, fixing to measure him, see what he measures out to. All right, he is a keeper snapper, just went over the legal limit. So since we're out here at a rig where everybody fishes, I'm going to go ahead and keep this one. Another trigger. Looks like, I don't think this is going to be big enough. He was giving me fits, but he got a little too much in his mouth that last go around. Yeah, he's a little one. Oh, great trigger fish.
Glare is hard to...
All right, Cindy finally got a hook into one. Oh, you got a snapper. Bring him on in. You've got your line sucked up too tight.
Flip it.
All right, I flipped the bell on you. Put a little drag that time, didn't he? That last red snapper Cindy caught was just legal. Another red snapper. It's a little one?
Yeah. Oh. Well, they fight though, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Well, bring him on in, we'll get the hook out of him. Yeah, he's undersized. Another red snapper. I'm going to switch to my GoPro so I can get the action. They're all in. So far we're getting undersized snapper now. There's spadefish swimming around with their backs out of the water. I don't know what that's all about. Let's see if I can catch one close doing it. Most of them are out there 30 to 50 yards out. Goodness. All right, switching to the GoPro. You act like you're catching a fish.
Watch it be one of them undersized red snappers. This one's just fighting a little harder than that last one.
I'll go ahead and put this up just in case we need to take a measurement. Yeah. Undersized red snapper.
Big enough.
I don't think so. Yep, he's undersized. This thing feels decent. Yeah, mine's not feeling heavy anymore. Had a lot of pull at first. Yeah, undersized. Oh, jeez, settle down. Oh, turtle. I wish he would go somewhere else. He's already swam into my fishing line. and I had to baby it to keep from hooking him. He eventually took it about 60 yards away from the rig and was able to get out from under it. But he is constantly hanging out around this kayak. Well, swells are getting a little more serious over here. Oh, he got off. Yeah. Had him for just a little bit. Pretty small filling. Kind of running off to the side. Another undersized snapper. So this is, he's a little over 13. He's not close enough. Back in the drink he goes. That's a spade fish breaching or bringing their backs up out of the water. Oh. Did he break you off? Yep, took it. Oh man.
I don't know what that was.
I don't know, we're gonna say he was great big though.
Wow.
Alright, you ready for another rig?
Loosen up on the drag?
Not necessarily. That just might have been a weak spot. I mean, you hooked a lot of fish with that. So at some point you probably need to just check the line just to make sure the knot's still in good shape and the line. And sometimes you just need to retie after a while. Want me to set you up another leader like that? Alright, let me get this reeled in and I'll fix you up.
Because they were right in the shadow of it when I last saw them. I couldn't really make them out between them.
Alright, Cindy just spotted a couple of cobia that just swam by. Weren't able to get on them before they moved off, but hopefully they'll come back around.
Just lost my baby.
Time for a little launch. I actually like a little better fish. I don't know, I'm kind of thinking, don't be interrupting my lunch. I see red down there. It looks like a good red. Looked like another redfish come up with him too. You might want to bring him over here so I can bring him in.
Well, I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, because that looks like a keeper. Yep. Yep, you interrupted my lunch.
It's alright.
Let me put a measure on him real quick. Oh yeah. Whoa, whoa. You even kept your bait, did you?
Huh?
You even kept your bait, did you? Oh God, yeah. Yeah, I'm not even into the tail and I'm already legal. Alright. Alright, good fish. Jellyfish came over for a visit. Alright, we're trying to make it over to the pipe stem. It's a little sporty conditions out here. And we're going to have to tack a couple of times to get over there because the wind's coming from that direction. But here we go. Alright, we made it over to the pipe stem. It's just too windy over there and no way to safely hook up to the pipe stem. Cindy dropped a bait down to the bottom, but nothing nibbled on it, so we decided to call it good. We're under half sail right now, and we're going to ease back over to the surf and possibly use the rest of our baits and see if we can catch a bull red or maybe a slot red or something like that just on this side of the surf. So anyways, that's about it. We're heading on back. Just going to be trying to look for our truck down there on the shoreline.
Going back.
Yeah, it's easy peasy going back because we're going downwind. Nothing to it. All right, our last Hail Mary here. Cindy just set out anchor. We're not very far away from the surf, and we're going to try to fish over here and see if we can pick up a bull red out in this surf. So here we go. We're going to give it a shot with the last little bit of bait that we have. Ooh, that was a long day of fishing. Worked hard for that. Note to self, don't come in October for king mackerel. Made it through the surf without any problem. While we were at anchor, we pulled anchor a little bit and wound up right on a breaker. It broke over the top of us pretty hard. So we decided to go ahead and call it a day. We're all tired anyways, and those fish need to get filleted up. So I'm fixing to take one of my hawkas off, throw it on the back tailgate here, and fillet those fish real quick.